Okay, as promised, we're here at CL175. Gonna start removing the main wiring harness. Just unplugging all these wires. They're color coded, so I don't have to go nuts marking everything. This is all stock. Nobody's really added anything, changed anything. Orange to orange. And I'll have this video to help me. Okay, brown is not used, maybe a directional, I believe. No, actually blue and oranges are directionals. And they're not hooked up on the front. Brown wasn't, okay, this is, that's a brown, that's not hooked up to anything. Yellow and white, nope, just yellow. Go to yellow, white to white. Green to green, light green, and what we got? Black, and brown and white. Pretty sure that's ignition. That's two. That's two. Actually, let me put that one back in. There we go. Oh, yellow and red. A lot of wires. Green with red. That's our main black. That's probably our main power. It's got two going to it. And wow. Yeah. This will be fun putting back together. Okay, that's the end of the original harness. That's got to come out. I hope you saw something more than just my hands. While we're on this side of the machine, might as well take care of the coil. This is going to get replaced also. Just got a nut on this side. These are threaded through the frame, and then they have a lock washer and a nut. Oh, they're not threaded through the frame. I thought they were. Okay. Coil condenser. We'll leave the hardware with this until we're ready for the new one. I love that original horn. That's really beautiful. A little, it's dented, of course, but I do love it. I might see if I can get that cover off and maybe pull that out and polish that scratch out. I love little things like that. Okay, we got a black and a green ground to the horn. And we go up to the rectifier. I'm not sure how the rest of this comes out. Flashlight time. Trying to figure out why this doesn't want to come out. Ah, so the main harness goes between the frame and the side rail, and then back here. So let's disconnect the back side. We'll work our way that direction. All right. Red and red with a white stripe. And what do we got? We got our brown for the tail light and ground for the tail light. We've already disconnected the directionals. And there's another ground. Grounds everywhere. Okay. And this was a tail light. So we got orange was a tail light, and this brown was a tail light. No. Yeah. Yeah. There's two browns. This one, okay, see, this wasn't supposed to be a brown. This is supposed to be a blue. Okay. This went to a directional, the blue, and the orange. Okay. And now, this, let's go back this way. I think we're going to take the battery box off. That will give us a lot more room to work with. If any of you wonder why I make these videos, if any of you are watching, I make these videos because I have ADHD, and when I really want to get something done properly without distraction, I need an audience, I guess. 30 years of having a supervisor stand over my shoulder at Anheuser-Busch, I guess I need somebody watching me, but it helps me focus. And so these videos are for me. They're not for you or posterity or teaching anybody anything. It's just help me focus, so I work on one thing at a time. I don't wander off and start painting windows or resurfacing shop floor. Oh, that's wonderful. Everything comes out with that. That's perfect. Okay, before I can take that out, I gotta take out my starter coil. Anybody here who's not familiar with wiring a motorcycle is at this point going, oh my God, what is he doing? He's never going to get that running again. We'll show you. It's not that difficult. Everything has a rhyme and a reason. Okay, this has Main power, fuse, and main power from the to the battery. So those can come out from the battery. Excuse me. And this goes to the starter. Coil is working fine. The starter's got a bad bearing. Every Honda I've ever worked on so far has had a bad bearing in the starter. Quite annoying. Okay, this wire goes straight to the starter. I heard something fall. Oh, cover for the fuse. All right, that can go. All right. And I think. Arr. Oh, 2 more wires for the coil of the solenoid, starter solenoid. We have a yellow and red stripe and a black. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Oh, more wires. Okay. I believe this is our directional. Can't see that. We're flying, we're flying. Underneath here, we have this component. It's on a rubber mount. It's got 2 wires to it. I believe that's for your directionals. It's your blinker relay. And then we have more wires going down. I believe we have we have a disconnected one. That's black. Okay, we have one of these is a brake switch, and one of these is a neutral switch. So this one's the neutral switch, and this one's the brake switch. Actually, we can go back on the other side. This is a brake. Okay, this here is the brake switch. Yep, going down there, and that's got a black going to a black and a green and white going to a green and white. That looks a little rough. Might need to replace that. This 12 volt. Yeah, 12 volt condenser. No, condenser was up there. This is, what is that? Probably the charging system. You got a yellow, a green, and a black. Yep. I forget what that's called. The name is drive me nuts, but we'll refer to it later. All right, so, and okay, I didn't disconnect that blinker yet. There we go. That's the tail end of the main harness. I hope this video is coming out. It's gonna really help me put it back together. I hope. Well, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna compare wiring harnesses, because if my replacement isn't great, I'm gonna have issues. All right. Oh, one more plug. That is my neutral switch. No, that's my charging system. Ugh. That comes from my my alternator. Okay. That's my rectifier. I did not have to take that out, but there's a lot of crap up in here, up in the frame. Look at this. Hold on. Look at this. Storage for the winter. I plugged, by the way, I put rubber gloves in the intakes here. If anybody's worried about all this junk falling in front of the intake, I stuffed in some rubber gloves and in the exhaust, because I knew this crap was in here. I'm going to get the vacuum cleaner out. They've got it stuffed all the way up in the frame. Alright, so we have our wiring harness. Now we're going to go to the bench and compare it with a new one.